Senator Roberts.
Thank you. The Governor-General Amendment Salary Bill 2024 is yet another display of poor judgment from Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. To increase the salary of the Governor-General 43% in a cost-of-living crisis is an insult to everyday Australians who are struggling with the Albanese government's cost-of-living crisis. The salary of the Governor-General is fixed for the period of her term, so the rise of $214,000 to a new salary of $709,000 is the only increase in the next 5 years. A 43% pay rise suggests the government knows inflation is going to get worse, much worse. Not only will Ms Mostyn be earning $709,000, the role also includes 2 homes, Government House in Yarralumla and Admiralty House in Kirribilli, right on the Sydney Harbour. The role includes free travel, free food, servants and a pool. The Governor-General receives a pension which is legislated at 60% of salary or $425,000 for life. Not a bad pension. The appointment of Ms Mostyn is a controversial choice. The tradition for 124 years has been to select our Governor-General from the ranks of the judiciary, the military, state governors and senior politicians. This reflects the skill set a Governor-General needs to lead the Australian people in a time of civil crisis or war. The Governor-General is, of course, Commander of the Australian Armed Forces. The Prime Minister is not the Commander of the Australian Armed Forces. Ms Mostyn comes to the role with a background in activism, an appointment which may serve to politicise the role of Governor-General. And that's sad to see. The Commonwealth of Australia deserves more respect than the Prime Minister has shown with this appointment and with this obscene pay rise. One Nation opposes this bill.
Senator Roberts.
Thank you, President. My question is to the Minister for Finance, Senator Gallagher. Minister, if a salary rises from $495,000 to $719,000, what percentage increase is that?
Thank you, Senator Roberts. Minister Gallagher.
Thank you. And I'm not sure under which part of the portfolio this comes, but I think it relates to the Governor-General's salary, the bill that this Senate passed this morning. The point I was making there was it is misleading to suggest that a salary is increasing from the figure that you have used, Senator Roberts, to that higher figure, because what it does not take into account is the other income streams that were available to former Governor-Generals. So this is an adjustment, yes, but it's an adjustment being made because the incoming Governor-General does not have a military pension that will supplement the income stream, and that the Governor-General's salary has been traditionally linked to the salary of the Chief Justice of the High Court, and that salary is determined by the Remuneration Tribunal. So I think the point you were making this morning in debate, I would argue, and the point that Senator Waters surprisingly was making in debate, was that this was some significant pay increase in the order of 43%, when that is not correct. Former Governor-Generals have had 2 income streams, particularly if they've been in receipt of a pension. This legislation we passed today was to ensure that a commensurate salary be provided for an incoming Governor-General who only has 1 income stream. And so it is not accurate to say that a position has had an increase of that order. It is simply not correct. It is misleading. It is disingenuous, and it's seeking a popular headline, which I agree are easy to get if people don't understand the detail that underpins that decision.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Roberts, first supplementary.
Thank you. The answer is 43.2%. Governor-General Jeffrey's salary was $365,000. Quentin Bryce, Labor's last appointment, was paid $394,000, $20,000 less than the then salary of the High Court Chief Justice. General Cosgrove was paid $425,000. Then General Hurley was paid $495,000. Minister, how much was outgoing Governor-General Hurley's salary reduced for his military pension?
Thank you, Senator Roberts. Minister Gallagher.
I don't have those figures at hand, but I do understand that the salary that has been agreed to and passed by this parliament this morning, by this chamber and the House earlier in the week, is in line with the salary that the current Governor-General has been earning with the income streams available to him. It might be slightly adjusted for the fact that it lasts over 5 years, because once the Governor-General commences in a role, no further adjustments can be made to salary, but it is in line with what His Excellency Governor-General Hurley is earning at this point in time.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Reynolds, second supplementary. Beg your pardon, Senator Roberts, second supplementary.
The incoming Governor-General's salary is now $70,000 above the High Court Chief Justice's salary. The Chief Justice gets, as you said, periodic increases to adjust for inflation. The Governor-General does not. Noting today's inflation announcement shows inflation increasing again, this huge pay rise seems designed to compensate Sam Mostyn for inflation and has nothing to do with military pensions. Minister, earlier today, did you mislead the Senate to cover up the real reason for this huge pay increase, surging inflation?
Thank you, Senator Roberts. Minister Gallagher.
Thank you, President. And I can assure Senator Roberts, no, I did not mislead the parliament, and I have been clear. Indeed, I was clear in the last answer that I gave that there is some adjustment for future increases based on the fact that the Chief Justice has salary determined annually by the Remuneration Tribunal. The Governor-General's salary cannot be increased by that, so there is work done about, based on some analysis about what that should appropriately be. But no, it's not based on today's inflation forecast, and it's incorrect to continue to say that it has nothing to do with the fact that His Excellency currently is in receipt of a military pension in addition to the salary that he draws as Governor-General. And the simple reality is the legislation that passed this chamber addresses that fact, that there is one income stream, and this allows them to be paid in accordance with what's currently being paid.
Have it. Senator Roberts, do you wish to take note?
I move to take note of Minister Gallagher's answer to my question regarding the incoming Governor-General's $224,000 salary jump. Since 1974, the Parliament has approved the salary for each incoming Governor-General. The salary level has conventionally been commensurate with that of the Chief Justice of the High Court. The last time a Governor-General was paid less than the Chief Justice was when Labor Prime Minister Kevin Rudd appointed Quentin Bryce in 2008 with a salary $20,000 less than the Chief Justice. Precedent does call for consideration to be, quote, given to any pension received by the incumbent for previous employment. For the incumbent, not for the person coming after the incumbent. The annual salary during Michael Jeffries' term was $365,000. Quentin Bryce's salary was $394,000. General Peter Cosgrove was paid $425,000, which included a small reduction because of his military pension. General Hurley was paid $495,000. General Hurley is in receipt of a military pension as a result of his lifetime of military service. Sam Mostyn is not entitled to a military pension for her lifetime of service to the culture wars. The huge increase offered to Sam Mostyn takes her salary to $70,000 above that of the High Court Chief Justice, despite Labor themselves setting a precedent that less can be paid in hard times, as 2008 during the global financial crisis, and 2024's crisis of the Albanese Labor government's runaway inflation. The inflation rate has increased again to 4%, announced a few moments ago. This persistent high inflation gives a hint as to why the incoming Governor-General got such a large wage rise. The government knows what bad economic news is coming for Australians in the next 5 years, for everyday Australians, and sought to insulate their appointment from that ruinous inflation. This Labor government simply doesn't know the value of money and is clearly confused when the public call them out for it. Sam Mostyn has got a huge increase in salary. Her pension is now hugely increased, and she will have that pension for every day of every year of her life.